The final issue of Miracleman Silver Age, number 7, Legacy number 29, came out this week. So I thought it'd be a good chance to look at the whole series, all 7 issues of the series by Neil Gaiman and Mark Buckingham. This is a doozy, folks. It depends on your knowledge of the original Miracleman series, which this takes place after. So I can't fill you in on the entire Miracleman thing, but essentially it ends with Miracleman has changed the world in his image, and it's like a utopian society. And he decides he's going to bring back young Miracleman, who was a character not in the original, or not in the original, but in the Alan Moore series. They don't really get into young Miracleman. And so they bring him back and introduce, this is one of the funniest scenes. He introduces him to like all these people we're familiar with, the Warp Smiths and Big Ben and all these alien creatures. And young Miracleman, who's been woken up, out of this like dreamscape, is kind of taking a look at this, and it's too weird for him. He's like, thanks, I'm gonna get the hell out of here, Miracleman. Your choice of friends are kind of creeping me out. This basically leads to young Miracleman taking off and going incognito into like the British countryside, and you meet some more crazy ass Warp Smiths. This is a really well done book. Gaiman has a good, he's got a good understanding of these characters. I feel like he's a little too faithful to the original. Like if you look at, he meets Miracleman's daughter, Winter. Last time we saw Winter, she was kind of like a child who was like flying around the universe naked, and this is years and years later, and it feels like there's been no growth with the character. Maybe they just grew as much as they could, but not like a physical growth, but just like she's still kind of like, all right, I'm just this naked sort of adolescent. And I think they're like that the entire book. And it's like, man, you could have, I don't know, everybody else is wearing clothes. You could have come up with something different. But I guess that's how we're familiar with Winter, so whatever. But it's a pretty great sort of story. Oh yeah, this is fun. They also include old young Miracleman comics and stuff to show you the discrepancy between the world he was living in and the old comic and this new series. But yeah, issue 7, man, it brings up it looks like there's going to be a huge battle because young Miracleman is not happy with Miracleman's utopian society. He feels like that's a concept that is not going to work for his own reasons. And you think there's going to be a big slugfest here, but these dudes just talk it out, man. And they come to an agreement, basically, where young Miracleman says, you're not going to... Or first, Miracleman gives him some ultimatums. He's like, you can accept my rule, or you can die. And young Miracleman is like, there's some other options here. He's like, you're not going to do anything to me, and you need me to be a foil, your adversary, basically. And I don't know when, but at some point we will have to come to blows, but that's important that you have that check. And that's interesting because there's a history with another character in the previous series, in the Alan Moore series, that this character was thought to be dead, and he's been talking to young Miracleman, Dickie. What is this guy's name? Dickie something. Crazy name. But so they're hinting that he might be back, in this Dark Age, Miracleman Dark Age coming, who knows. But I'm definitely going to pick it up because I thought the series was pretty cool. As a big fan of the original, this is a pretty good follow-up. Interested enough to keep it going. So anyway, that was Miracleman Silver Age. I'm sure they'll have it released in a bigger trade at some point. But yeah, highly recommend. Check it out.